was going to think of a really creative way to introduce the box for this figure, but no, I'll just throw it down. There it is. Today we're going to be reviewing the SCM Banpresto GunCannon action figure. Of course, if you've seen any of my other Banpresto reviews, you'll know that Banpresto was a precursor to Robot Damacy. The articulation is almost flawless, I'd say. Really nice stylized design of most of the figures, and they're hard to come by. Very hard to come by. So in this review, like I said, we're taking a look at the GunCannon. Here's the box. On the front, you'll see that we have 2 GunCannons and 1 Gundam in the background. That's pretty much showing off the whole wave for this set. Taking a look at the side, you'll see a perforated little center right there. These bad boys were inside claw machines, as far as I've been told. And yeah, so I guess that makes it easy for the claws to grab them. And like I said, we have a Gundam and 2 GunCannons in this series. And here's the Gundam. God, I sound weird. And 2 GunCannons. Now one is designated 108 and the other 109. We're taking a look at 108. But fear not, both GunCannons have the same weapons, so really it doesn't matter. Gundam, of course, has 3 alternate weapons. We have the beam spear, we have the two beam saber blades, and of course we have a different beam rifle. Here it is on the side, looking all nice. Little action pose there. So yeah, not bad looking box. It's kind of big for a Banpresto figure, but that's okay. Alright, so let's crack the box open and take a look. Fresh out of the box, and I have to say, this figure is quite the little stylized version of the GunCannon. Or, yeah, GunCannon. Yeah, I can't say, like right off the bat, there's anything I hate about the figure. Looks pretty good. Paint jobs aren't really a lot. Of course, get a 108 on the ankle skirt armor, and a 108 on the side of the chest here. So not bad. Looks pretty cool. There's a little bit of chippage of paint on the top of the head. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. Probably too bright. But anyways, all in all, looks nice out of the box. I have to say though, this figure and the size of that box, really unnecessary. It's like ginormous compared to the figure and I think what you get inside and the accessories. It's just a little small clamshell that pretty much fits around the figure, like in a rectangle, small rectangle, and then the rest of the box is pretty much empty. But yeah, all in all, right now, first impression out of the box, looks nice. So I guess we'll go into accessories. Starting with weapons, we're going to have a nice GunCannon beam rifle. It's pretty flexible plastic. It's not too stiff and not too malleable. It looks okay. I like it. Then we have, of course, a bazooka. It's pretty much the same bazooka you will get with the RX-78. There's that. Really cool accessory, and I wish, you know, the actual GunCannon came with this, is a combat knife. This little guy looks really badass in the GunCannon's hand. So that's cool. I wish there was an extra one. You could dual wield blades or something like that. You also get 2 extra pairs of hands. You have the open jazz hands right here. Yeah, jazz hands. And then of course you get the 2 weapon holding hands. Now aside from these, you also get the closed fist hands that are already on the figure itself. And that's it. Now, I did get this figure used, and I don't normally review figures that don't have all the accessories, but this was a gift from somebody, so I appreciated it, and I wanted to review it. And it does come with another accessory, and that is the shield. It's basically just the same as the RX-78 shield. It's just, you know, the GunCannons. So that's it for accessories. Let's move on to articulation. Articulation is always a great thing with these figures. Starting with the head, it's on a double ball joint. So you can turn the head 360, you can do the chicken neck a little bit, And it can look up about that high. Whoa. Too soon, GunCannon. You can look about, yeah, up about that high. So that's pretty cool. Moving on to the hands, or sorry, the arms. Shoulders move out about that much, and they are connected to the shoulders via ball joint. And they can bend towards the other arm about that much. So yeah, you can reach your other shoulder, or the other shoulder. Double joint action in the elbow, and then you get a nice little swerve in the wrist. And then, of course, the hands are connected ball joint as well. There's a little bit of like some sort of shielding on the shoulder here, like some shoulder armor, I guess. And you want to be careful. That does pop off from time to time. Moving on to the torso. You have like a hinge action going on in the torso, so it can do this. So that's pretty cool. And then you also have everything connected by a ball joint at the base of the torso here, moving into the hips. So you do have full rotation, and then you can't really go 360 because of the skirt armor being in the way. Yeah, it's pretty much in the way. Moving on to that said skirt armor, everything is connected either by a hinge or ball joint. So the front skirt armor is a ball joint. It's pretty secure, doesn't really want to come off, so that's good. And then the side skirt armor, it's hinged, but then also when it connects to the torso, it's a ball joint. So that's pretty secure as well. The back skirt armor, it doesn't really move that much, but it is connected by one, it's all one piece, so it does like kind of move up a little bit. A little added articulation here is that the back actually opens up, so I guess you can store the bazooka there. Moving on to the legs, kick is about that high. Let's see. Yeah, about that high up. A bend. Double bend in the knees, and then you have rotation in the upper thigh right there, so full 360 as well. Let's see, ankle skirt armor. Yeah, that moves. It's all connected by a ball joint, just a piece of plastic. Skirt, or the ankle itself, you get some ankle pivot, and then foot goes up, foot goes down. Nothing really different there. Put that leg down, GunCannon. And then last but not least, we have the GunCannon's cannons itself. Now the backpack actually does open up or fold open to reveal the gun cannons that are kind of hidden. And then you just pull them forward and they're all on a hinge. And yeah, so they move up and down and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. So that's it for articulation. Comparison time, and we have basically just a Zaku 1. And yeah, quite a bit of a height difference between the two. Really, if you're going to try and play with this figure or have them next to the MSIAs, it's no use. God, they just look, yeah, they look horribly too small and stumpy. But, of course, what I like to do is compare them to the Robot Damashi. They're virtually almost the same height. The Zaku 2 is a little bit higher. So, but yeah, it does work. They look really nice together. They complement each other. Thankfully, we're getting a Robot Damashi version of the GunCannon, so we don't have to worry about that. But it's nice to see that the Banpresto figures do stack up well next to the Robot Damashi, or at least the properly proportioned ones. So yeah. Starting with the negative, and I have to say the negatives are pretty much just nitpicking, but there are some serious concerns. First of which being that for how much I see these things going for, they are not worth the price of what people are asking on eBay or at most retailers. Most of the stores are asking for around $50 per figure. These figures are not worth that amount. At most, I'd say 15 to 20, maybe 25, depending on what figure. But at most, you know, those are the top prices. Seeing anybody asking $50, $60 for these figures is insane. So don't ever pay that much. It does pay to buy smart and all that stuff. Second is that these figures sometimes right out of the box are easy to break. The plastic for some reason does seem to be very brittle at times, and I don't know why. But I have had problems. I didn't have problems with this one, thankfully. It's very sturdy and everything, but most of the time it does tend to break. I had a Gundam Exia that the skirt armor broke when I was just trying to rotate it. It was a ball joint and it just snapped off. So there is that to look out for. The other things is that they're just hard to find. eBay usually has the same olds, which is Gundam, GunCannon, and sometimes the DOMs. Sadly, you can never find, say, the Dynamis, which is pretty damn rare. Gundam Exia, I hardly see him on there anymore. There are a bunch of other Banpresto Gundam figures, and so it's really hard to find. So if you're looking to build a collection of them, you know, good luck. That being said, everything else about this figure is pretty much on point. And what I mean by on point is the articulation, the accessories, and pretty much just this figure in general. It stacks up well right next to the robot Damashi, and I really like the added bonus of there being a combat knife. I don't know, little things like that really make me happy. On top of everything else, it's not too stylized. It is stylized. The figure is very much a departure from the original design of the GunCannon. It's not too bulky. It looks more slender. It looks more functional, and that's a plus. But at the same time, it still just really looks like it has a lot of power behind it. That being said, like everything else I already mentioned, it stacks up well next to the robot Damashi. It was a cool alternative to not having the GunCannon in robot Damashi form, but now that that's been solved, you know, it's just a nice figure still to have. So after everything's been said and done, would I recommend this figure? Yes, definitely get it. I got mine, like I said, from a friend off here on YouTube. Hint, hint, he likes Gundam, but I can't say who it is. So thank you again to that person. Really appreciate it. It's a very cool figure. I wish I kept more of my other, not Robot Damashi, but Banpresto figures, because now I'm kind of missing them. I had some Zaku's and stuff like that, but I don't know, for some reason or another I decided to just get rid of them. But I'm not getting rid of this GunCannon. It is very cool, and I like having him in my collection. So with that being said, thanks guys for watching. I hope this was helpful. Hope you guys have some good luck finding your own. And like always, hit subscribe, dislike, like, whatever you want, comment, and I'll see you in the next review. Take care. Bye.